Welcome to Memphis, full of individuals that you can vibe to. Just don't be a snitch, that's all we ask you. Hello. In this video, I would like to talk about if I believe that the anti-KJ community is against black or black male content creators. Um, in my personal opinion, I do not believe that the anti-KJ community is against black or black male content creators. Um, and I want to stop putting that anti-KJ community in air quotes, but um, they're called the anti-KJ community, but and it did okay. I guess you can classify it as the anti-KJ community. But what I mean by the anti-KJ community, and I keep wanting to do the air quotes, is Katie Joy. Is The community is called the anti-Katie Joy community. The community um, started off as, and some of the community still is, started off as a criticism of another content creator named Katie Joy. Katie Joy is a content creator who does problematic things. Um, and there's a community of people who like to criticize her on their videos. And so they've been dubbed the anti-KJ community. Katie Joy is a white female content creator, and a lot of the people who criticize her just happen to be white females. But the anti-KJ community is not solely for white females. There are a mix of people in the anti-KJ community, but yes, the majority of them are white females. Now, the reason I don't, there is a reason why I don't believe the anti-KJ community is against black or black male content creators. Recently, Real Entertainment News, who is a black male content creator, he had a video title. Let me pull up the direct title. He had a video titled "Black Male Content Creators in the Anti-KJ Community: Why We Are Treated Like This. Please listen." And in the thumbnail, he has AT2 in the middle, who is a black male content creator. He has him, Real Entertainment News. He has himself on the side, and he has another. He's not a content creator, but he frequents other people's videos. Like he's in the panel and the comments. His name is Christ Conflict. Now, also, I do also in the anti-KJ community. There is another black male content creator named BX Beast Boy. Um, so there are four black male who is you could say they're in the anti-KJ community. AT2, he's not in the community. He has only done a few videos about Katie Joy. His videos are more diverse. Real Entertainment News, he's not directly in the anti-KJ community. He has done a few videos about Katie Joy himself, but some of his videos are about other members of the anti-KJ community, such as Charlotte, Little Red, Julie Virgo, um, JJ, just various other people in the community. So I don't know if you will classify him as being in the community. And like I said, Christ Conflict, he's not a content creator, but he does frequent in the community by joining um, panels. He started off in Little Red's panel, then he went to AZ or T-Spiracy. He joined her panel. He also joined another person's panel named Words Have Power. Words Have Power. She describes herself as an indigenous female, but as far as her race, but she's not in the anti-KJ community. I hope this is now for a lot of people. This is not confusing, but to the person on the outside, it can be kind of confusing. Breaking down the community as a whole, it's confusing. It's a pretty big community. A lot of people find Katie Joy to be a problematic person. Okay, so back to the direct back to the topic of conversation. Do I believe the anti-KJ community is against black male, let's just say black male content creators? I'm saying no. Now, the reason why I don't believe the anti-KJ community is against black male content creators is because some people are not just easy to get along with. And AT2, Real Entertainment News, Christ Conflict, and BX Beast Boy, those particular four people, as human, they're not the easiest people to get along with. Now, in the anti-KJ community themselves, even there, some of them, they don't even halfway get along with each other, and it's a big community. They have the common interest. They have a common interest, and they have a common they have one common opinion that they find Katie Joy to be a problematic content creator, and that she does problematic things, and then they like to criticize her. And some of them only do it sometimes, some of them do it frequently. But even they don't even get along with each other. There's like one thing that they have in common, which is hence why they're called an anti-Katie Joy community. Now, some people are not just easy to get along with, and I find AT2, he's not that easy to get along with. BX Beast Boy, he's not that easy to get along with. Christ Conflict, he's not that easy to get along with, as I found out. And Real Entertainment News, everybody knows that he's kind of problematic, and he's definitely not the easiest to get along with. Now, I'm going to start with the BX Beast Boy. BX Beast Boy is one of the first male black content creators who started criticizing Katie Joy. He's one of the first. The reason why he's not the easiest to get along with is, what I like to say about BX Beast Boy is, yes, he's right and he's correct in a lot of things that he says, but his timeline is screwed. Like, for example, if you ask me, did Jamie steal this item from the store? Yes. Did Jamie say this person is ugly? Yes. Did Jamie trip and fall while she was walking? Yes. Like, yes, you are right in all these things, but there's a reason why you're leaving out a part. You're leaving out parts. You're leaving out why Jamie tripped and fell. You're leaving out what happened before Jamie was supposedly caught stealing this thing from the store. Like, it's like in his mind he's right and he's correct in some things, in a lot of things, but in his mind he likes to edit things, and and the way he speaks, he likes to edit things, and it's so weird. It's like he leaves parts out. This happened before this. This is because of this. But it's like in his mind, he leaves it out. And I honestly don't believe that it's on purpose. I don't think that he does this on purpose. I think that's how his mind works. But he's so clear in the way he speaks. And he's so, what's the word? His mind. Like, the way his mind works is just, and the way he speaks and the way he debates and the way he talks to people, it's so, I can't think of the word, but like, it's clear, it's concise, you know, but just his timeline. Like, you gotta have like the whole full story, but his timeline, he likes to leave things out. He likes to like say this happened before this happened. Yes, both things happen, but they happen in a certain order. And he likes to debate, and he's an argumentative person. He likes to argue, and the way he comes across is condescending. He comes across as condescending because, yeah, you're right, but the way you're saying things is like the timeline is absurd. Like, you got to get that together. So that's one of the reasons why BX Beast Boy is not the easiest person to get along with. And yes, he loves being correct. He loves being right. He believes in my personal opinion, he believes he's right like 95% of the time. And you know, people like that, they're not the easiest to talk to. They're not the easiest to get along with. One thing about BX Beast Boy though, he is an excellent interviewer. The few interviews that I've seen that he's done of people, when he's interviewing people, awesome interviewer. Like, he keeps you on track. He remembers things. He asks good questions. Like, his mind, he has a good mind. Like, he's very smart, very intelligent. Love his interviews. He interviewed Real Entertainment News one time, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. I can kind of understand him now. I understand what Real Entertainment News is coming from now. And he actually came across as a likable person. I wish that BX Beast Boy would do more interviews because he's really good at that. But yes, back to our original point, some people are just not that easy to get along with, and that's why BX Beast Boy is not the easiest to get along with. Now, another person, Christ Conflict. Christ Conflict, like I said, he's not a content creator, but he likes to frequent panels. He likes to join panels. He started off in Little Red's panel. And the way he left and stopped being in Little Red's panel, I didn't like. And I feel a lot of people didn't like the way he left. One day, Little Red had Real Entertainment News and Christ Conflict in her panel. And she was kind of overwhelmed because Christ Conflict was going at Real Entertainment News. Like, he was cursing him mad, talking him down, you know. But, you know, on the flip side, like I said, Real Entertainment News, he's very problematic himself. And right before he came on to that particular Little Red's panel, he was saying some pretty problematic things, like questioning people's SA, like the letter S and the letter A, their assault. Like, he was questioning their assault, like when you're a male and you're questioning whether a female has been assaulted, and the way he was going at it was just like, like, you know, no, that's all I can say is just no. If a female says, yes, I've been assaulted, like, whether you believe it or not, especially the way you express it, you kind of have to be, if you don't believe it, you kind of have to be sensitive with your words. Yes, you have the right to believe, you have the right to voice your opinions, but the way you say things, you kind of have to be sensitive with that topic. And he's also said, some pretty inflammatory things about other people, like calling people crackers. And, just the way he talks, he's very, especially when he gets angry, like he likes to go at you. He almost likes to hurt you. He's actually admitted that. So the way Christ Conflict was going at Real Entertainment News, it overwhelmed Little Red, and she actually left the panel like completely, like she just went silent because she just didn't know what to do. And Christ Conflict kept saying, I'm a black man going up against another black man, let me talk to him, let me, fight him for you, you know what I mean? But the way Christ Conflict was going at Real Entertainment News, he was calling him names, yelling at him, just kind of, talking him down, calling him, B words, and just, and there's Christ Conflict. He's a very articulate person. So to hear him talk that way, it's like, you never heard him talk that way. He can express himself very, very well, but the way he was talking to him, it was almost, like two teenagers just kind of yelling at each other. So the next day, Little Red invited BX Beast Boy. Like I said, he is also kind of problematic himself. Little Red invited him onto the panel, and Christ Conflict was already on the panel. Christ Conflict was not letting BX Beast Boy, speak. And so Little Red, put Christ Conflict on mute and said, she did it very politely, friend, I love you, but, let BX Beast Boy speak. And Christ Conflict just left. And apparently the next day he went on someone else's panel and he was talking down about Little Red. And he was so angry at her, and he never spoke to her since. Now, recently on Sunshinery, the Sunshinery channel, I believe Jackie Sunshine was talking about how she'd had issues with Christ Conflict. Like if she kind of went against him, then he would like, just kind of go off the handle. And other in that particular stream, is the Sunshinery stream, other people were speaking of about their experiences with Christ Conflict. Like, yeah, we were cool, we were friends until I didn't do this for him, and then he just kind of went off on me. And, if you're a person and you're cool and you're friends and, you have a good camaraderie with that person, and as soon as, you don't like what another person did, and you just kind of go off on them, or, without talking, you just kind of go off on them, talk about them behind their back, say all this and that. That doesn't make you an easy person to get along with. And so that's why I say that Christ Conflict is possibly, in my opinion, he looks like he's not that easy to get along with. We've all seen it for ourselves, how he acted with Little Red in Little Red's streams. Him and Little Red, they were friends for like a good month or so. He was frequently on her stream, and he had very good conversations with her and the other panelists, and the way he came across and the way he expressed himself. I was a big fan of Christ Conflict. A lot of people were. But the way he left, and the way he talked about her, and the way that he said, I'm never going to speak to her again, and the way he just cut her off, just simply because she muted him because she wanted to hear BX Beast Boy what he was saying. You know, to me, that comes across as you not being the easiest person to get along with. So I covered why BX Beast Boy is not the easiest person to get along with. I covered why Christ Conflict is not the easiest person to get along with. AT2 is not the easy, in my opinion, he's not the easiest person to get along with. Now, in the past, I actually kind of considered myself a AT-tuber, as he likes to call his fans. I was actually a big fan of AT2. The way I discovered him, and I liked his personality. I liked the way he came across. I like his streams. I like his topics. I thought he was, very nice. And he has, very good videos, very good streams. But recently, I just seen the way he treats people. I don't like the way he treats people. People who he considered his friends, people who he considers associates, people who he considers other YouTubers. I don't like the way he treats people. For example, there is a lady who frequent his streams, Dear Yvette. Dear Yvette says she frequent his streams. She was a big supporter of him for a long time, and everybody saw that. She was always in his streams. She was always supporting him, showing him love. She gave him cash apps. And he said it himself on a stream, thank you for the cash app, dear Yvette. And she was a moderator for him at one point. Just a big, huge supporter of AT2. Now, what happened between them is AT2 went into his community tab and he put out like a subliminal message, not direct. And it wasn't even, it didn't have her name in it, but it was about, he said, well, the tab, in the community tab, the post that he posted, he said something about, my friend is having an addiction, help her. But before that, apparently, him and Dear Yvette says she expressed to him how she was having an issue about a family member of hers being addicted. And around that time, apparently, AT2 and Dear Yvette, they had a kind of a fight or a squabble or disagreement, because apparently he called her a virtual boob sucker. She says a virtual titty sucker. That's what he called her, because she was in correspondence with another content creator that he did not get along with. And also apparently he said to her that you don't listen to me. And apparently they had a disagreement with each other. And so after that disagreement, he put up that community tab post. And that really hurt her, because it was apparently, she felt that it was about a close family member of hers. And so she made a video about AT2 talking about, the disagreement that they had and what he said and how it really hurt her. But after that, instead of AT2 apologizing, because she was such a huge supporter of him, he doubled down on his stance. He would make videos talking about her, but not putting her name, but it was clearly about her. And in one stream, he was so angry at her that he called her a fake Christian lady. And me as a Christian, that offended me. That hurt me. I almost cried when I heard that. Okay, for one, she's older than you are. So please respect your elders. And also, she was such a huge supporter of him, and just the way he treated her was just, to me, completely ugly. And I just didn't like that at all. Also, the way he treated his, and he called dear Yvette in the past, a friend, like a mother to him, just praised her up and down. But the way he treated her was just, to me, was really ugly. Also, the way he treated another friend, Heidi. Okay, let's just say that you have a really good close friend, right? And you have another friend. So you have two friends. One friend is always like publicly putting it out there about how he doesn't like your other friend. Like, he doesn't like your friend. He thinks your friend is this. He thinks your friend is that. He thinks your friend is on drugs. He thinks your friend is mean. He thinks your friend is ugly. Like, he's constantly talking about your good friend in public and just putting out there in the public space. Like, to me, that's not what a friend does. And I'm talking about the way he talks about John Yates. John Yates and Heidi, they're really close friends, but he's always talking about John Yates. And at one point, it was kind of popular to talk about John Yates in a negative way. Other people have had negative experiences with John Yates, so it's like almost like, oh, let me jump on this John Yates train and talk about him in a negative way also, despite the fact that he's really close friends with my really close friend. And in one video, he said that he's not friends with anyone anymore. It's best for him to be associates. And a person asked him, okay, well, what about Heidi? He's like, yeah, I love Heidi, but it's best for me to be associates. Is it best for you to be associates with people so that you can freely talk about her good friend? But the way you talked about her before, have Heidi's back. I love Heidi. Heidi's my best friend. Me and Heidi, we'll always be friends. But when it's convenient to talk about her friend, oh, we're just associates. It's best for me to just be associates so I can talk about her good friend. Why don't we just leave John Yates out of a topic of conversation altogether so that you can continue your friendship with Heidi, who is also older than you, who is also a big, huge supporter of you. The way Heidi and the way dear Yvette supported him, it's rare to find that support, to find that love, to find that friendship. They loved AT2. And the way he treated them, I did not like that at all. Despite what you think about dear Yvette, despite what you think about Heidi, you may not like them. You might find them problematic. But the way they treated him and the way the three of them had a close friendship and the way he just broke it off, for my opinion, it looks like he broke it off for clicks and views. I don't like the way he treated them. I don't like the way he calls other YouTubers, just having a YouTube ship. I don't like the way that he says, I'm not friends with anyone that's on YouTube. I'm not ever going to be friends with anyone that's on YouTube. I'm just your associate. We're just networking. I don't like that because that's not how you treat people. What are YouTubers? YouTubers, content creators are people. We're all people with feelings. So I don't like the way you treat people. So that's why I find him not to be the easiest person to get along with. Now about Real Entertainment News. Everyone knows that Real Entertainment News is not the easiest person to get along with. When he gets angry, he almost likes to hurt you. When he's angry at you, he likes to hurt you, and he admits that. the things he says very inflammatory. But on just to play devil advocate, Real Entertainment News, he's new to YouTube. And also he's older. You know, he grew up in the 80s and the 90s. So the way he thinks and the way he talks, like I can understand that, you know, being sensitive, and especially, you know, at this time, like some topics are just like sensitive. Some topics are not easy to approach. But to be so direct about some things, you know, it's not, you know, people like to throw up cancel culture really quickly. People like to cancel you really quickly. And it's more quickly than they would in the 80s and 90s. So I'll put that in his defense. Now, Real Entertainment News, in my opinion, there is a heart in there. Like, there is a likable person. He has a likable side to him. Like, he's not all the way bad. You know, he gets angry a lot. You know, he yells a lot. He sings songs about people that he doesn't like. Like, he sings, and you know, they're not good songs about people that he doesn't like. You know, when he's angry at you, he likes to hurt you, and he expresses that. But there is a likable side to him. Like, how can you completely dislike someone who has 8 cats? I'm sorry, but that's hard. You know, he owns 8 cats. And okay, to be honest, the people that he does like, the people that he does get along with, you know, he's able to talk to them. You know, he's able to have, you know, good conversation with them, you know, and he expresses that. He's able to joke with them to make them laugh, you know. He's not 100%, you know, a horrible, awful, mean person. But, you know, a lot of the times he's, you know, mean. Well, when he's angry, he's mean, and he says like really, really inflammatory things, like the letter S and the letter A, like I explained earlier. Um, and just the way he expresses himself. But I mean, he's just not the easiest person to get along with. So I explained why those 4 black male gentlemen, men, are not the easiest. Four, get it together. 4 are not the easiest to get along with, and they're probably the only 4 black men that you could say are in the anti-KJ community. But is the anti-KJ community against black male or black people? In my opinion, no. No. Like I said, they don't even get along with themselves half the time. And it's a huge, huge community of people. But no. And that's why I don't believe so. All right. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about my opinion. Let me know, you know, what you think about those 4 male content, black content creators. Let me know if you think that the anti-KJ community is against black people. Yeah, let me know how you feel. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching, and I hope y'all have a really good day.